Howdy doody everyone, Wambu here. So, many months ago, I made a countdown on a game called Undertale. I was pretty passionate about it back then, but now a lot of time has passed, and I still love the shit out of it! Yeah, I cannot stress how amazing this game is in pretty much every single regard. It would not be doing enough justice to just make one video where I only praise its bosses. I had to make another. Before we get into it though, wait for it.
Fuck! Ugh. Mommy, I want my buttercup.
Why, hello there, Mr. of the Terribad.
It's just Terribad now. Also, what the hell is this shit?
I see you got my package.
That was you?
Of course. Come on, man, I even wrote my catchphrase, my signature greeting, my salutation.
You're an idiot. Also, what kind of invitation is that? I mean, I know we agreed to do a collab after whatever the hell that was back at my house, but you could have warned me.
But then it wouldn't be a surprise.
Why would it need to be a surprise? A surprise what?
Countdown. I'm doing another Undertale countdown. Couldn't you tell?
And you want me involved.
So, I guess that's a yes. Top 10 Undertale moments, everybody.
Sure, the story is great, the combat system is superb, and the bosses? Well, you already know what the bosses are like if you've seen Wambu's previous Undertale list. However, the best part about this game, in my opinion, is it's basically what you would call a series of little moments strewn about the game to make one cohesive adventure.
So naturally, to further commend this game that the internet keeps commending...
Yay! We're part of the problem!
Woo! We're going to be singling out some of our favorite highlights from a game that's full of highlights. Now, keep in mind, when we say Undertale moments, we're actually speaking quite generally. A moment can range from a brief gag to an entire section of a game.
A further disclaimer, just like last time, it goes without saying that spoilers will be everywhere. And also keep in mind that while this is a countdown on our favorite moments, they are by no means objectively the best. In fact, I don't think that's even possible, considering every moment in this game is just so amazing. So think of these not as the absolute best, but more of what we would say if you kidnapped us, tied us to chairs, held up knives to our throats, and forced us to pick the best moments.
And on that weirdly grim imagery, let's get this started. So, Blaze.
What? No. No. No!
Meet the Temmies. Temmies are cute and cuddly cat dog creatures found in the waterfall, and this here is their home, Temmie Village. It's a small and cozy little area filled with
horrible abominations that won't leave me the fuck alone, and now I have to deal with one every day for the rest of my life because I had to kill one fucking Temmie! Ah! So anyways, Temmie Village is home to a multitude of little soulless friendly creatures whose hobbies include standing around, peeking through holes, watching eggs, introducing themselves, developing hives, and appreciating their vast history of the Temmie.
Those of you who played Earthbound might be getting some Saturn Valley vibes from this whole thing, and that's a pretty apt comparison, as both involve a species of funny-looking monsters with questionable intellect contently living their lives away from society. Aside from those that Blaze already mentioned, there's also one manning the Temmie shop, which, hilariously enough, is the only shop where you can sell your items to make a profit and pay for cool leg.
Yes, Temmie Village is hilarious. Comedy gold, in fact. Now can we please move on before one tries to kill me?
Sure. One of the really impressive things about Undertale is how it manages to blend multiple genres of games. The main game mechanics fall under RPG and bullet hell, but sometimes it can also become a platformer or even a top-down shooter. But above all else, this game is a dating sim.
Yup, amongst all the combat and exploration and boss battles, haven't you noticed a good majority of these encounters involve flirting with the monsters? Yeah, Mort Small, Papyrus, and Dare Play Napstablook, but by far, some of the most hilarious moments in the game would have to be when the game throws all denial out the window and just becomes a full dating sim.
There's actually 3 major dates you can go on in this game, and while they're all ridiculously funny in their own way, there was one that stood out above the others. So you just get done fighting Undyne, and Papyrus calls and says, "Hey, let's all hang out." So you head on over to Undyne's house, Papyrus jumps out the window, and hilarity ensues.
While the date with Alphys was wonderfully awkward and Papyrus was just simply Papyrus, everything you love about Undyne is cranked up to 11 during this moment. The greatest part about her personality is that she treats everything like it's challenging her to a battle to the death! I mean, this is the same person who moments ago during a boss fight suplexed a boulder just because she felt like it. Hell, even cooking isn't safe from her rage of justice.
It is during this moment, however, that we get to see Undyne face her greatest challenge yet. Not being totally ridiculous. And while we do get to see some genuine moments from her, the really great parts come from watching her try to restrain herself from going completely ham.
Yeah, but she ultimately gives in to her inner anime once again, resulting in what can only be described as the epic mealtime from hell.
You can't keep an anime character down. Their passion is like a fire. One that should probably warrant a call to the fire department.
So, Wambu, what hilarious moment are we putting in next? Oh, hell yeah! Sans is one of my favorite characters. He's such a lazy little goofball.
This is a very bad joke.
Classic Sans!
Maybe sometimes it's better to take what's given to you.
It's still classic!
Buddy,
You'd be dead where you stand.
And now I just shit myself!
So I guess you can call this our first legitimately serious moment on the list. After making your way through Hotland, you arrive at a hotel called MTT, which also doubles as the entrance to the core. Your journey is starting to reach its end, and good ol' skeleton bro Sans invites you to a friendly little dinner before sending you on your way.
During this scene, Sans actually starts to explain why he's been following you around through the game. That he made a promise to a woman behind a mysterious large door. A door that, if you remember your journey thus far, you'll actually remember to be the entrance to the ruins where Toriel lives. What's strange about the dinner with him is just how unsettling the entire conversation felt. I mean, the room was empty, you never ordered any food, and just by reading the text, you can tell that Sans isn't exactly the same chipper skeleton he usually is. In fact, the conversation slowly degrades into this, for the lack of a better word, dramatic talk about how if he hadn't made this promise to Toriel, we'd probably already be dead. Which is not only a horrifying thought, but fantastic foreshadowing if you ever decide to go on a genocide run.
In all honesty, most people would probably not even question why Sans was following you around. He's comic relief, and his omnipresence up until this point has always came off as part of the joke. And yet, getting an answer to this in spite of that adds a strange sense of realism to this literal bonehead of a character. When he talks about his promise to Toriel, the way he's written sounds almost like a real person remembering an actual experience. But more than just being a clever explanation to Sans' stalking, the scene actually shows him in a totally new context where you really have to wonder how this guy actually feels about you. Is he really rooting for you? Or is he just tolerating you?
I wouldn't exactly say it's a totally new context, actually, as there were some previous scenes where Sans seemed uneasy with you. This one was definitely the most blatant with its mood shifts, though. It's like if this happened. Thanks again for inviting me here.
Hey, no problem. Anything for a good friend.
The spaghetti tastes great.
The fuck did you just say to me?
I said the spaghetti tasted really good.
Oh. Well, I guess I won't be needing this.
Oh, good.
Or any of these.
Yeah.
But I'll keep this one with me, just in case. You want me to cover for you, by the way?
No, I can pay for my own food.
Alright, cool.
Picture, if you will, you're going through Undertale like a normal RPG gamer. You're going in blind, and you have no idea what to expect, and you completely ignored everything the Steam page tried to spoil for you! Sorry, still miffed about that. Anyways, you reach the end of the ruins, and you fight Toriel. No, it's not the Toriel fight that makes this list, but what happens after.
That's a wonderful idea!
already briefly mentioned this in my previous countdown based on Undertale bosses and mini-bosses, but I'd like to go into more detail about it right here and now. At this point in the game, the player had only briefly encountered Flowey right in the beginning of the game, and while that first encounter was interesting for the shock value, it's the second time you meet him where Flowey proceeds to deconstruct everything the player has done up to this point.
This scene is designed to fuck with the player, plain and simple. It sets the stage that this is not a typical RPG where you're above consequences, that you can't just load your game to try something different. It's chilling to have Flowey acknowledge something that you did. This is a game that makes sure you know when you fuck up.
And it'd be one thing if he simply commented on your work based on what route you're on, but he has something to say about anything you do. Be it sparing everyone killing everyone except Toriel, or even reloading your saves. It really goes to show that the game always knows the choices you're making.
What makes this scene even creepier, though, is just the fact that there are so few scenes like this. Every other time, for the longest time, you can reload the game and things won't change aside from what you yourself do to affect it, which makes Flowey even creepier. You may be reloading the game, but you're not reloading Flowey. He's always there, watching, waiting.
He's a flower. He's an evil flower.
You killed the moment, Wambu. You just ruined it.
Okay, look, I kinda had to make a lot of justifications for some of the entries on my last Undertale list, but this is definitely cheating.
Well, now think of it this way, Wambu. Mettaton is spread out through Hotland, and a little bit of the core for the finale, sure, but all of them have a common theme throughout the entire time he's on screen.
That being?
Well, they are all funny, they all involve being in a show of some kind. Every minigame is something new that is never really fully fleshed out beyond their appearance in the scene, and above all else, did I mention that they're just hilarious? I mean, let's try this. I dare you to single out one scene from the others when it comes to Mettaton.
Well, there's always his first fight where he gives you multiple choice questions, or there's also the cooking show, and the live report, and the part where he sings, and the part where he becomes EX. Ugh!
You see what I mean? It's impossible to just pick one. Mettaton himself, as a character, is a moment, and a glorious moment at that.
Okay, I'll admit, I still have some hesitations about this, but yeah, I can't decide. I may have been able to pick my favorite date, but no, not this. Every scene with this dumb fucking show host robot is completely hilarious, and all in their own different ways. Curse you, Mettaton. You did it. You made me break my own rules. I hope you're happy. Okay, now, we've been pretty tame so far, but seriously, if you haven't played Undertale, stop watching now!
Oh yeah, spoiler warning in the middle of the video. You're gonna make sure this one doesn't suck this time?
Bite me.
I'd rather not get hairballs.
Yeah, that's what hipsto's for, right?
And we've officially padded this out long enough for people to avoid spoilers. Good job, Wambu. You actually succeeded at something for once.
Yay.
Wambu, that's not how the menu is supposed to look. What the hell is a true reset?
Okay, so, you know how Flowey is all scary and shit early in the game? Well, in this scene, he's at your mercy now, as he begs you not to delete all your progress after a pacifist ending.
Wait, so when it says true reset, you mean it
literally resets everything. It wipes the slate completely clean, deleting everyone whose lives you just spent hours working towards saving.
So wait, no more deja vu? No more remembering what happened? Even Flowey resets?
Yes, everything resets, as if you never even played the game. Kinda like every other game.
Yeah, but this is Undertale. This is supposed to be the game that acts like you're jumping timelines, not loading a save file, and the game just lets you undo everything?
Why are you even asking these questions? You've played the game too.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to put the brilliance of this moment into perspective, you know what I mean?
No, you're being dumb.
Yeah, whatever, just keep doing your thing. you butt.
Alright, well, plain and simple, I find it unique for playing towards the one natural gamer instinct that it hadn't already tackled, wanting to play a game again.
Because God forbid we even think about playing Undertale twice without feeling like shit. Anyways, the true reset is easily one of the hardest choices to make in the entire game, and it appears after you beat it. Yeah, these are just video game characters, but still, it's hard not to feel bad when they're right here begging you not to erase them.
And what makes the scene even more impactful is how Flowey's pleading is tinged with a sense of inevitability. He knows that whatever he says, people who enjoyed the game are going to want to play it again. And he's not wrong. In fact, I feel like playing this game again. I love this game. Don't you, Blaze?
You're horrible!
Yeah.
Okay, so Flowey was scared and at our mercy and true reset. That's all well and good, but can I go back to hating him, please? Nope, never mind. Now I'm just scared. I was not ready for anything. Nope, so much nope.
I said my piece on this particular moment videos ago, and my opinion hasn't changed in the slightest. To summarize, this fight right from the get-go was a complete shock to the system, but also really enjoyable. The way Flowey pretty much controls the fourth wall throughout the fight only adds to its intensity. And of course, there's the immense satisfaction that comes as you steadily start to gain control of the situation again. On the whole, it's still my favorite boss in all of Undertale.
Right off the bat, Omega Flowey, or Photoshop Flowey if you're a fucking name snob, is nothing like any boss you've ever fought so far. First of all, at the beginning of the fight, he crashes your game, forcing you to start the game back up again. And before the fight truly begins, he erases your save file.
Bastard.
And instead of being a sprite, Flowey is compiled of Photoshop images to make this abomination of plant fiber and human flesh. It's truly a sight to behold the first time you fight it. It's also worth pointing out the symbolism behind the entire fight. All throughout the game, you found various items that were able to serve as weapons or armor, such as a bandana, a frying pan, a gun, or a dusty tutu. But when you fight Omega Flowey, he actually attacks you with supercharged forms of these weapons while calling upon the power of the 6 human souls, which shows that the weapons and armor you've been using this whole time once belonged to these humans.
Even talking about it for the second time, it's tough to find words immaculate enough to describe the brilliance of this fight. It really is something that needs to be experienced in context in order to not be undersold.
Undersold. Wambu! What have you done?
I'll tell you what I've done. The perfect segue. I told you.
Huh. How about that? Wait, what? No! Fuck this shit, man. I'm out. I'm not doing this part again. No.
But Blaze...
No. Fuck you. I'm not doing this. Do you have any idea what this did to me when I first saw it?
What?
Well, Womboy, allow me to set the mood. So first of all, congratulations! Everyone is dead! You've committed mass genocide upon the underworld! You killed Toriel, you killed Papyrus, you killed Undyne and Mettaton, and somehow, against all odds, you beat Sans. In one of the most hair-pullingly frustrating boss fights of all time! You must feel real good about yourself, you horrible, horrible person!
Don't forget that Asgore and even Flowey bite the dust soon after, leaving only yourself left in the world. As opposed to the cheery Pacifist ending where everyone is together and happy, this ending is dark and lonely. Just you and the feeling of your sins crawling on your back.
Yeah, but it's not over yet. So, after the game automatically kills Asgore and Flowey in what I can only describe as brutality overkill, you get your precious genocide ending. Throughout this entire scene, there is nothing but a dark, empty void. Kara, and this horrifyingly minimalistic melody droning on in the background, as Kara explains how your determination had brought them back from the grave. And now, they are finally able to finish what they had started. But there is only one thing left to do. erase the world.
But like most important decisions in the game, the player is given a choice on how to proceed. Erasing the world leads to Kara accepting you as their partner and deleting everything. On the other hand, though, if you don't quite go full evil... Blaze?
Is it over?
Well, I don't know, Blaze.
Is it?
Yeah, it's over.
Oh, okay. In all seriousness, though, this ending traumatized me when I first saw it. Even now, after I've long since gotten over it, it makes my skin crawl every time I see that image in my head. Kara, you evil, psychotic bastard. We love you, man. This is a beautifully dark ending that proves once and for all that you must never treat this game like you would a normal RPG, because otherwise, even after Sans is gone, you're gonna have a bad time. And yet, it's not even our favorite ending.
Okay, look, as genius as the Genocide ending was, I'm a sucker for more uplifting stuff. What can I say? I just prefer being happy. And yeah, for all the many hardships throughout the game, this was probably the best ending I could have asked for.
The Pacifist ending is the ultimate capstone of this tale that is Under, and it's probably one of the best endings to any game, period, in my opinion anyways. Everything that has been built up throughout the entire game, through all of the multiple timelines you have played in this game, neutral, no mercy, it all comes down to this. You have befriended every monster in the underworld, and now they are all trapped. It's you and Asriel Dreamer, one-on-one, as the world around you begins to collapse in on itself.
Now, I already talked about the Asriel fight before, so if you want to know my full thoughts on it, go check out my previous list. Though I will reiterate that it makes for a truly nail-biting final challenge before finally reaching the end. And good God, this ending is so touching that it's honestly pretty tear-jerking. It's on the totally opposite end of the emotional spectrum from the Genocide ending. While killing everybody ultimately feels like a very hollow accomplishment, the Pacifist ending makes you feel like the best person in the world. Everyone you've met in this game is happy now, and it's all thanks to you.
That is until you're like Wambu, where you do a fucking true reset, you bastard!
Hey, you know, that sounds like a good idea.
No! Fuck you! These guys get their happy ending, you sadistic fucker!
But this game is so fun.
Though I am left a little empty about one single thing in this ending, and that would have to be Asriel Dreamer himself. This poor kid lost his life because of that bastard Kara, and when he finally comes back, it becomes extremely bittersweet because you find out that he was Flowey all along, and that after fighting him, because he broke the barrier and gave up all the souls, he's gonna go back to being Flowey. That's kind of shitty if you ask me. This kid has been through so much hardship and he gets nothing for it in the end?
Except the satisfaction of setting everyone free? Alright, true, it's not the most 100% happy ending, but honestly, I can appreciate the tinge of bittersweetness brought out by Asriel's unfortunate disposition. If anything, it makes me admire the character much more.
I guess that's true. I mean, after all, this is called the true Pacifist ending, not the super ultra mega sappy happy ending. And something tells me that the ending would have been soured if everyone got out of this happy and alive.
Well, regardless, it's still a beautiful conclusion that left us both satisfied in a way that most games don't usually pull off. Only one question now, though. What could possibly beat it out? Number 1 on our list might seem like an odd choice to some of you guys. It's not really the most emotionally impactful scene, nor is it the funniest. Nor is it even the most difficult.
But what it lacks in those departments, it more than makes up for by embodying everything we love about Undertale. Welcome to our special hell. So, here we are. You've done everything you could to make everyone as happy as possible up to this point, but now all that's left is Alfie's. And boy, when you find out what she's done, everything about her suddenly makes perfect sense.
The True Lab tells the tragic tale of Alfie's experience with trying to utilize determination in order to keep dying monsters from dying completely. And you'd maybe come to expect a dark secret of some kind giving Alfie's his odd behavior at parts of the game, but the Unit 731 of Undertale? That definitely threw me off balance a bit.
It doesn't take long for you to realize that something went horribly wrong with the experiments. And even sooner than that, you start encountering these disfigured abominations called amalgamates. Horrible fusions between multiple different monsters as they melted together due to a horrific reaction to determination.
The feelings upon first entering the True Lab are pretty horrifying. It's just you, trapped down here with the amalgamates, desperately trying to find a way out. But as you start to read the stories on the wall and actually get to interact with the amalgamates more, you start to see the truth, and then the paradigm changes. These aren't just ruthless mutants trying to kill you, but lonely creatures who desperately want to see their families again. Suddenly, the fear you had before shifts into more of a desire to help them, especially that one.
It's okay, Wambu. They're with their loved ones now. Seriously though, you can see why we love the True Lab. Some might say it's cheating putting an entire area of the game on this list, but just look at this place for a second. This place is unlike anything you've ever seen in the game. Even in the Genocide route, the lighting is dark. The entire area is much more industrialized than even the core. It's almost like stepping into a human hospital that has been long since abandoned and is now eternally haunted by tortured souls that want nothing more than to have peace. Everything you could love about Undertale is right here. Suspense, drama, mystery, comedy, surprisingly, horror, romance. Okay, maybe almost everything we love about Undertale.
Honestly, I couldn't put it better myself. Blaze and I have stuck a lot of moments on this list, from the hilarious to the profound to the unbelievably intense. But for better or for worse, the True Lab sticks out as our absolute best moment in all of Undertale. Thanks for collabing on this with me, Blaze.
You know, I gotta be honest, I had fun. Undertale is a really special game. Every time I think about these incredible moments, it fills me with absolute determination. Uh-oh.
Thanks, everyone, for joining us.
Wambu!
What?
I'm melting!
Why are you doing that?
I'm filled with determination, and I'm technically not human, more of a fire elemental. So that makes me a monster that is melting. Oh, what a world, Help me, Wambu, my one and only true friend.
Eat your greens.
Wait, what? You proud of yourself, Wambu? You happy you turned your best friend into a carrot?
I mean, that's actually kind of impressive when you put it that way.
Wambu!
Hey, don't worry about it, okay? I'll have a cure for you tomorrow. I promise I won't seclude myself in my basement.
No, don't worry about it, I guess. I got this. Hello, Crimson, honey? I need you to pick me up later. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, it happened again. Yeah. No, I'm fine. You just need to turn me back. Yeah, don't worry. I love you too. Yeah, I love you too. Okay, bye. Okay.